So today we have a bunch of Kizer knives for us to explore. Those are 4 that are just brand new and hitting the market today. And except for this one over here, which is the Kizer Pop. The Kizer Pop is something that has actually been trademarked. It is very similar to a Savivi knife, including down to the bottle opener right here, the button, and everything else. Because of that, it has been restricted for sale just about anywhere, and I got the pre-production copy of this one, but they no longer are being made. So just for you to know, this is a brand new knife. If you ever see it anywhere, it's very hard to get this because it's no longer being in stock. So it is sad to say that, but this one has, if you want to get one just like this, just find the Savivi one. It is identical to it. Now we have a few other knives here for us to check out, and this one is the Task. The Kizer Task is a very nice looking knife over here. In fact, this one is the answer to Benchmade. It's kind of very similar to Benchmade in terms of form, factor, except the price, and it has different kind of scales to it. It is not the same identical knife, but it's kind of like, well, this is the mini one, this is a larger version, but if you have a bigger Benchmade, this one is the cheap edition of the Benchmade. It's kind of very similar to it, but it has a different kind of shape here, which is the sheep foot over here. It does have and sports the access lock, which makes it very nice indeed. And I do like this knife. I think it is a very nice knife that you can get. It is definitely budget friendly. It looks very nice. I like this material over here, which is the grooves. It's easy for you to open. It's also awesome for you to close as well. And a lot of you guys are looking for something that is not going to break the bank. It's going to be kind of cheap and is way cheaper than the Benchmade. This is definitely a value play in terms of that, and it looks good too, and you can grab it over here, and it is awesome for you to grab. As you can see here, I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels, and it's definitely top-notch knife for you to get. I recommend it for you to get in case you're looking for something that's not going to break the budget and it's going to look pretty awesome as well. Now the next knife over here for us to check out, it is the Smart. The Smart, or Smart, let's see here, the Smart, that is the name of this knife. I like the one that has the blackout version of it. This is not the blackout edition, but regardless, this is my new favorite for kitchen duty because it is small, it is handy, and it is a fixed blade, and there is a lot of benefits, plus and minuses to fixed blades. But fixed blades are the knives you should consider getting if you're using it for kitchen or everyday use. And even if you're using this for EDC, this being white is the surface you're looking for if you're going to be cutting food grade material, because the black does leave residue sometimes, and this one is the one you want to kind of get. So for me, for kitchen tasks and purposes, this is the knife I actually like to use. It is very handy, it is small in size, and it is EDC friendly as well. So why should you actually get a fixed blade knife? This is one of the questions, because photos and fixed blades are 2 different kind of knives, and the fixed blade is very good because one thing is rapid deployment in case you need to get it out. So for people who are in the bush, military, police, and so on, and you need something you can grab right away and use it. In self-defense, military tasks and purposes, you need something for rapid deployment. Another thing about fixed blade, it's very hard for those knives to break because there is less moving parts. It means it's less likely to break all by itself. So talking about fixed blades, we have another awesome fixed blade that is also been released, which one is also a favorite of mine, which is the Masterclass. The Masterclass itself is much smaller knife in size, but it is also has been made awesome, and I mean much more awesome than any other knife I have ever seen. That is a neck knife. So this is specifically a neck knife. What I mean by neck knife is that there is a rope that comes with it, and you can hang this down on your neck and use this so people like who always on the ocean or places where you need a knife and yet you cannot always take it with you. You put this on your neck and you can get it out. So for example, if you're going in the jungle and you're walking where there's a lot of water, you would want to put this on your neck and you can grab it and use it for EDC. Now I will show you why I like this specific one really good. One of the reasons why is that when you put this inside, you can get it out. Now some of those knives, once you put it in here, it's very dangerous for you to just get it out. Not this specific knife. This one over here has a built-in safety. As you can see, even if you open it from the top or you open it this way, you're not going to really slice your hand. As you can see here, I didn't really slice it. It's because it has this thing right here. And this thing right here keeps it from you being able to slice it accidentally as you get it out, which is a really good thing here. So on both sides, there is a safety feature to it, even though you put it right in here, which is really great. But in reality, this is how you're supposed to get it out. But even if you get it out the wrong way, it's not going to slice you. So I love the safety additional factor as I demonstrated about this. Second thing is, I have had knives where you get this and you cannot remove this specific thing. You just stuck to it. In this case, the smooch, or of course this one over here with the martial art, you're able to get it out. You can easily just use a regular screwdriver and to take this thing right out of here, and it just becomes a regular neck knife. Now another great thing about neck knives is just this knife itself. First of all, it's sharp, it is small, it is green, and you can do a lot of EDC stuff with it, and yet it is very small in size. So for people who are looking for an awesome knife, but you don't want it to be huge, the Masterclass is a small one, a small EDC knife that is nice in terms of the form factor to it, and I really enjoy it. I like this material, I like the way it looks, I like the functionality, and I love that you can do a lot of EDC stuff with it, and yet you're not taking out a huge knife in the process. So here we go, we have 4 different brand new knives from Civivi, and some of those are really good. We highly recommend it for you to get in case you are on the market today for some everyday EDCs. And like I said, unfortunately the pop is not going to be the knife you can go ahead and get, because it has been discontinued, because it has copyright. It's very similar to another knife. But other than that, if you do find one of those and you want to grab it for yourself, like I said, the Civivi one is the one for you to consider, as this one is no longer on the market today. But everything else here is kind of decent, and if I was gonna rate them, it's very hard to make a rating because there was so much different. First of all, this one should not be rated because it's very hard for you to find right now. But hopefully they do improve on that design and they make it, change it a little bit and make it so it can still hit the marketplace, hopefully. Now the other knives over here, if I was gonna rate all of them, it's very hard to do so, because like this one would be 9 out of 10, but when you're comparing to others, those are apple and oranges when it comes to comparison purposes. But this one is probably 9.5 out of 10, this one 9.8 out of 10, this one I would say 7.5 out of 10. Now the reason why I'm subtracting a lot from this one is that for what it is, I mean the value is there, but this knife is just something lacking in it. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but I do like this knife. I think it is awesome. But when it comes to fixed blades, and if you're a fixed blade fan, this is definitely a top-notch neck knife. And this one over here is a top-notch for EDC in kitchen, and as a fixed blade by itself, this is just awesome. So consider those as new knives, and if you're in the market today, check them out, and see you in the next video.